everyone.
Good evening.
It's a rainy evening here, and even though it's so dark and rainy, we wanted to share the light. We had some comments from some of our subscribers that they want to hear more Zohar, and here it is. One of them is Edna, so hi Edna. We're doing it for you too. What we wanted to focus today is to just read a few of the paragraphs from the Zohar of Parashat Vaera. What is interesting in the Zohar is that sometimes the same name of the parasha, for example, Vaera, which is one of the parashot, the weekly portions of the book of Shmot, Exodus, in the Zohar itself, it would talk about something that looks like completely different. So, for example, in Vaera, we talk about, the Torah talks about the war between darkness and the light, means it's the beginning of the clashes between Pharaoh and what Hashem says through Moses and Aharon. And we have the 7 first plagues out of the 10. But in the Zohar itself, it talks about the elements of the world, and it talks about Yaakov, and Esav, and Ishmael, and Rachel, and Leah, because every one of the fathers also represents different elements in the world, and they became chariots, their souls. If you follow our videos, you heard it from us before. The souls become chariots for different powers that come to the world. And the Zohar sometimes would use those souls as a code for what is happening. And we are also in the time that is called the Shovavim. Shovavim is like the mischief. It's the period of time of the 6 weeks from the beginning of the book of Exodus. And the name Shovavim, mischief in Hebrew, is made by the acronym. It's an acronym that's made by the first letter of each parasha of those 6 parashot: Shmot, Vaera, Bo, Beshalach, Yitro, Mishpatim. And during this time, we are going through a very big change, dreams, clashes, inner powers, all this war, that the purpose of it is to cleanse us to the level of even things that we're carrying with us from who knows when, this life, past life, and so on, and to help us to cleanse it so that we can already prepare our vessel now for already Purim and Pesach. So this is like a window in time, a gate in time that has been opening for us to help us already to start cleansing now and to prepare us to get more liberty, more freedom in our lives. And the freedom is kind of a direct act that will come from our own actions. Because, those sentences like we are our worst enemies and all these kind of sentences. So I'm not trying to be negative, but when we want to change something, we have to see who we're dragging with us. Means we're dragging ourselves with us. So changing a place that we live in or different changes in life, they can help us. If we're not changing inside, we're just going to drag the same, what we call tikkun, correction, with us to wherever we go. So the only way to really, really change the correction and the outcomes that we keep on getting is by changing the inside, changing what our fears are, even, looking at our fears and just acknowledge them, but say, you don't control me. Okay, I have a fear, I have a negative quality. Okay, I'll take care of it. Slowly, slowly. It's all a process. Everyone is different. But by looking and acknowledging already that I have that part in me, helps me to know to reflect on it. And it's kind of like, again, a process. Because if you're not even aware that you have that negativity in you, how can you really fix it, right? But even acknowledging it can sometimes really drag us down to negativity. Instead of that, once we reflect on, let's say, our stubbornness, let's say our desire to revenge, whatever it is, look at all those good things that you have, all those beautiful things that are in you, that makes you this amazing, amazing soul. And then you can find the balance of how you can clean slowly that kind of quality inside you, and increasing the good constantly to have that strength to do it. Now, just hearing the Zohar, when you read it, reading the Zohar, listening to the Zohar, Zohar is written in Aramaic, is helping us to kind of break some shells, some negativity that is surrounding us and the whole world. So this is like a nuclear weapon of light, and we wanted to share it with you.
אמר רבי שמעון, תחזה, דלת קדמאי, אינון רזה דמיימנותה, ואינון אבהן דכולהון עלמין, ורזה דרתיחה, אילאה קדישה, ואינון דלת יסודין, אש, רוח, ומים ואפר. אילן אינון רזה אילאה, ומאינון נפקין זהב וכסף ונחושת וברזל. ותחות, אילן מתחן, אחרנין, דדמיין לון. תחזה, אש, רוח ומים ואפר, אילן אינון קדמאי ושורשין דלעילה ותתאין ואילאין על יהו קיימין, ואילן אינון לארבע סתרי עולמה, וקיימין בארבע אילן, צפון ודרום ומזרח ומערב, אילן אינון 4 סתרים דעלמה, וקיימין בארבעה אילן, אש, לסתר צפון, רוח, לסתר מזרח, מים, לסתר דרום, אפר, לסתר מערב, וארבעה אילן, בארבעה אילן כתירים, וכולהו חד, ואילן עבדי 4 מתחן, דאינון זהב וכסף ונחושת וברזל, האינון תריסר וכולהו חד. תחזה, אש הוא בשמאלה לסתר צפון, דה אש תוקפה דחמימותה ביה, ויביש דיליה תקיף, וצפון בהיפוכה דיליה הוא, ויתמזיג חד בחד ויהו חד, מים לימינה והוא לסתר דרום, וקודשה בריחו לחברה לון כחדה, עבד מזגה דה כמזגה דה, צפון יהו קר ולח, אשה חם ויבש, החלף לון לסתר דרום, דרום יהו חם ויבש, מים קרים ולחים, וקודשה בריחו מזיג לון כחד נפקי מיה מדרום, ועלאין בגור צפון, ומצפון נגדי מיה נפיק אשה מצפון, והעל בתוקפה דדרום, ומדרום נפיק תוקפה דחמימותה לעלמה, בגין דקודשה בריחו אוזיף דה בדה, וכל חד וחד אוזיף לחבריה מדליה, כדקה חזה ליה, כגבנה דה רוח ומזרח, בגין דיוזיף כל חד לחבריה, והתקליל דה בדה להתחברה כחד.
This part talks about the 4 sides of the world and the 4 elements, and it divides them by each element is for a different side, and the north is the fire, esh in Hebrew, the east is the air or the wind, ruach, the south is water, mayim, and the west is earth, adama. The word Adam like Adam, we think it's just a name, but the name is hinting to the word, it's giving us a hint to the word Adama, which is the earth or the ground in Hebrew. Everything, as we know, is connected. And we are connected to the ground here on earth. Those elements, they are also connected to the sides of the world. So different elements come from different places. So just like it says that the water comes from the south, but it's not exactly, it's where the element is, but it's actually going to come from north and get the water to it. It's like how those are working and moving between them. Those four elements also have four metals, which are gold, silver, copper, and iron. And also, when they represent the way that energy comes to the world, we have the side of mercy, which is chesed. We have the side of gvura, which is like the judgment. And we have the side of the balance and healing, which is the middle, called tiferet. And the fourth element or fourth side is the vessel. It's the world of the kingdom, the world of malchut, our world, that receives those energy into it. As I said, it's not always seem to be connected to the war that is happening in the Torah right now, but it's all connected. It's all connected. Just another tool from Hashem to help us to do our personal war and to create a better future for ourselves. Now, don't forget that doing our spiritual job, our spiritual journey, work in this world, it's much easier to do it when everything is happy and good and easy. But nevertheless, to be spiritual is to do the spiritual work when it's hard, when it's challenging, when you're upset, when you're nervous, when you're sad, when you're going through all these challenges, and still to work harder there. That's what Hashem wants us to do, to be partners in this constant creation and in creating kindness and good in this world. We are His partners, so it's worth the effort. Now, Rabbi Nachman from Breslov is talking about how to help people to stay positive.
Yes. You need to find, according to Rabbi Nachman, the good part in each person. I want to read the small part from here, and we'll go little by little. צריך לדון את כל האדם לכף זכות. אפילו מישהו רשע גמור חס ושלום צריך לחפש ולמצוא בו איזה דבר טוב, איזה מעט טוב, שבאותו המעט אינו רשע. So, we need to judge every person to the good side, כף זכות. And even if somebody is completely evil, you need to find some good in him. And in this small part that is good, there is no evil. ועל ידי זה שמוצא בו איזה מעט טוב, ששם אינו רשע, ודן אותו לכף זכות, על ידי זה מעלה את הרשע באמת לכף זכות. So, when you're taking this good point and you put your focus on it, you can elevate this person from being bad to actually becoming good. ויוכל להשיבו בתשובה על ידי זה, בבחינת ועוד מעט ואין רשע. So, little by little, you can bring this person back to God, back to the good side, and you start to eliminate all the evilness that he has. היינו, על ידי שמוצא בו עוד מעט ששם אינו רשע, על ידי זה והתבוננת על מקומו ואיננו. היינו שעל ידי זה אינו על מקומו הראשון, כי נתעלה לכף זכות. So you elevate him with this small goodness, you elevate him up, and he's not evil anymore, this person, because you take this good point with him and elevate it. וכן האדם אצל עצמו צריך גם כן ללכת בדרך זה, אפילו שהוא רואה את עצמו רחוק מאוד מהשם יתברך. צריך למצוא גם בעצמו איזו נקודה שהיא מעט טוב, ששם אינו רשע כלל. And even if you look at yourself and you like to judge yourself harshly, you need to find this point in you that is good and elevate yourself up, because in that good point in yourself, you're not evil, and from there you can get the energy to become better, to get closer to God, and to be really, really good. And by that, you put yourself in kav zchut. You put yourself as justified in the judgment.
In the scales. So this is how we do tshuva.
This is one of the ways to start doing tshuva, to look at the good and use that as a vessel. Because doing tshuva is going to the good part. But how can you go to the good part if you start smashing yourself down or smashing others down and tell them, oh, you're bad, I'm bad? No, there's the part that is good. Let's use that. We go up. Yes, we will correct the bad parts, but we need a good vessel to lift ourselves and lift others.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
All the best.